Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm doing another Q&A video where I take your questions from Twitter and I answer them all in this video. Now, in today's Q&A video, we've got a lot of amazing questions. Everyone is obviously super focused on what's coming next in Grand Theft Auto Online, so that's what we're going to be talking about here in this video today. Now, if you want to get involved or possibly have your question featured in a future video, all you have to do is go in the description, follow me on Twitter, and use the hashtag AskBoss. Whenever I'm looking for Q&A questions, it makes it easier for me to find them. And like I said, you might find yourself featured in the next Q&A video. But of course, with out of the way, let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. Okay, so the first set of questions today is going to be coming from multiple people. And I think I got about 100 total questions regarding Bahama Mamas, the t-shirt, the nightclub, what it means. Is it implying anything? I got tons of questions saying because Rockstar added this into the game, is it a hint of the nightclub itself actually opening? I mean, so many questions regarding Bahama Mamas, the interior, etc. So I'm going to be covering that first, and because I got so many questions, I think we need to do a quick backstory on Bahama Mamas before I can kind of jump into, what everyone's talking about. So Bahama Mamas was a nightclub that was in Grand Theft Auto 4's DLC, The Ballad of Gay Tony. Like many of the other clubs in that game, it was one that you could go inside, you could, hang out in. It was very vibrant and lively. There was people and NPCs, and there was missions involving the nightclub, and it was really, really cool. And in Grand Theft Auto 5, there's obviously a nightclub called Bahama Mamas West. And it's really cool, although there is no way to go inside and there's no missions involving it. However, about maybe a year or two ago, it was actually discovered that there was a full-fledged interior that was built for this Bahama Mamas nightclub, like a fully built, modeled interior. It looks awesome. You can actually go inside here. If you have PC mods, you can go inside the nightclub and check it out for yourself. There used to be a way to get inside in Grand Theft Auto Online. I think that method has since been patched. But the important thing out of all of this is the interior is in the game. And what that means is that Rockstar have already done the hard work as far as adding Bahama Mamas into the game. Now, there's also been files found of a dancing minigame that would likely take place inside of something like one of these nightclubs, very similarly to how it was done in The Ballad of Gay Tony, where Luis Lopez could do dances and dance with other people inside of the nightclub. So it seems like that was the direction Rockstar was going to go, and then all of a sudden, none of it exists in the game. There's not a single mention of Bahama Mamas in the game. There's not a single mission you can do, and there isn't any way for you to naturally go inside. And in the latest event week, which is Sunday Drivers Week, Rockstar has introduced the Bahama Mamas t-shirt into the game. Now, I don't think they did a very good job with this. The shirt is so ugly. It's like white and black. There's so many other better designs they could have done, pink, yellow, or blue, maybe make it a V-neck or something like that. But a lot of people are assuming because the Bahama Mamas t-shirt has been added into the game, that means that they're going to be opening the nightclub, or this could be foreshadowing or hints. And I'm going to go ahead and say no. It doesn't necessarily look that way. We've seen Rockstar do this in the past with, like I said, many of the other in-game brands, whether that be Grotti or Masonette 9 or just other various things in-game. They'll just use them for t-shirts, even though they might not necessarily be accessible in the game. So although the nightclub would be awesome, and although I think it would be amazing to go inside a Bahama Mamas, dance, have fun, you get Grand Theft Auto Online parties and crew members in there, I think it could be a really, really good time. I honestly think that nightclub was something that was cut from the start. Like, Rockstar built out the nightclub. Obviously, we know the interior's there, but at the last minute, they might have just had different plans for it, or who knows, they might have plans for it in the future. But I think that the first thing I said is more likely, where it's cut content, and I don't think this t-shirt is any hint or indication that we're going to be getting in the game anytime soon, as much as I would love it, and obviously as it seems as many of you guys would love it as well. So that's kind of a good segue into our next question, which comes from Nicholas, who tweets at me, why is Rockstar doing these, in quotes, crappy event weeks? So I can't speak for the nature of the event weeks. I personally don't have a positive opinion or a negative opinion on them. This one seemed to be geared a little bit more towards like the lowriders and muscle cars, which again is great if you don't own those, but if you already do, like myself, it's not that big of a deal. You just won't really get to take advantage of any of this stuff like this. But what I think is more important about about the event weeks is they're really just Rockstar's placeholders to the next Grand Theft Auto Online DLC. So that's why we're seeing so many of these right now, is because Rockstar is, I guess they have a specific date in which they want to release the next update. The expected release date for the rumored biker update is supposed to be like September 20th. So who knows if Rockstar is just trying to delay as long as they can until that. So I guess that's what they're doing. They're just trying to bridge the gap between now and when they ultimately plan on releasing the next update. Now, that's also a great segue into our next question, which comes from GTA Boss, who tweets me, do you think we will get a Halloween update? And if you do you think it will be added with the biker DLC? So that's the thing I'm talking about. If Rockstar does add a Halloween update in the next DLC, which is likely, they're going to need to push back this DLC as much as they can, because Halloween obviously doesn't occur until October 31st or the last day of October, something like that. So it's a long way away. And right now it's only the start of September. So they don't want to, release the biker update and then have this Halloween content sitting in limbo for too long. Now, do I believe there's going to be Halloween content? Yes. Just like last year with Lowriders, how it added Halloween content. I don't think the Halloween DLC, if there is one, will be standalone. And I believe it'll be tunable content, if at anything, possibly added with the next update. Speaking of the next update, we have a question from the Duke of Bacon, who tweets at me, how many bikes or cars do you think will be in the biker DLC? So I believe there's going to be a pretty good mix of cars and bikes in this update. If it is a very traditional biker themed update, there will definitely be more bikes than cars, but I really can't see Rockstar doing 100% bikes. I mean, we've obviously got a few great ideas for some cars that should be added into this update, like the Lost Slam Van. You've obviously got the Duke of Death is another great one that I think should be into the game. If I had to take a guess, I'm going to say maybe 65 or 70% bikes to car ratio, and then I would say maybe 12 or 13 total vehicles. That might be a little extreme, that might be a little bit too much, but I would say anywhere from 10 to 13 is a pretty good guess as to how many vehicles we could be getting. Our next question comes from Mr. Exclusive, who tweets me, is there any cheaters, modders, hackers in Grand Theft Auto Online lobbies? What's the situation with online cheats right now? So Mr. Exclusive, you always need to be careful in Grand Theft Auto Online. There's always going to be people that are trying to hack and cheat, etc. I always recommend that if you can, play in invite-only sessions and, closed crew lobbies or closed friend lobbies. But as far as what's going on in Grand Theft Auto Online right now, the big issue is that Rockstar have just removed the ability to transfer our characters. They're trying to stop people from selling modded accounts. So that's really the only impact you're going to see in Grand Theft Auto Online right now. So unless you need to transfer a character, this really won't impact you. But remember, just always be on the lookout, because there's always people in online that are trying to cheat, hack, or ruin your time, or just trying to grief you, and etc. Okay, so our next question comes from two people. This first one is from Jennifer Gaming HD, who tweets at me, what's the release date of a new Rockstar/Take-Two game? And we also have another question from Billy, who tweets at me, when is the release date of GTA 6 and or a new Red Dead Redemption? So I obviously don't know the release date of anything like that because there hasn't been an announcement. But what we can look forward to is the next possible date of maybe an announcement, which could be coming up very soon, September 7th, which we know is the PlayStation meeting. And there's been hints that Rockstar is supposed to be there. So that meeting, once again, is taking place in just like 2 or 3 short days. And I will be sure to update you guys if any new information comes out regarding Rockstar. Although my gut feeling is telling me this is all going to be about the new PlayStation 4, PS Neo, or whatever it's going to be. So if there is any new information, I will let you know. But I'm kind of skeptical to the fact that Rockstar or Take-Two Interactive will even be there. Our next question comes from Rory, who tweets at me, why do you think certain single-player items aren't in online? And Rory, this is an easy answer, because Rockstar want you to get them in online. Because if you get them in single-player, it's likely you can get them for cheaper and for free. However, if they lock them to online, you're likely going to have to spend your own GTA money and or buy a shark card. It's just a simple business decision by them. I think it's kind of dumb that all the items aren't by default added into single-player. But if you do have GTA 5 on PC, you can easily mod in all the vehicles you really want. And for the most part, I'm testing all the new stuff that's added into the game, so you can at least get my opinion and, my observations and testing and whatnot on certain stuff that are added. But yeah, it's just because they want you to buy it in online. That's pretty much the simple answer. This next question comes from Quinn, who tweets at me, do you think we'll ever see a low-life DLC where instead of expensive content, it is cheap? So Quinn, I think that would have made a lot more sense back in like 2013 or 14, but now obviously Rockstar's DLCs and their prices seem to be always trending up. But I think a lowlife theme would be amazing, kind of like rusty, beat up cars, tattered and ripped clothing, where you could just, make yourself look like a lowlife, just like you said. I think that could be really, really fun and could be an awesome theme for an update. And I think it would be a nice twist on what we've been getting more recently, which has been, finance and felony, ill-gotten gains, executives and other criminals, all about luxury and criminal, aspirations and whatnot. So I believe that a low-life theme would work really well in online. I think Rockstar could come up with some pretty creative and cool ideas to go along with that as well. So yeah, that is a pretty great theme, and I know probably many of you guys would love to see something like that added into Grand Theft Auto Online. All right, and our final question today comes from Valkyrie EXO, who tweets at me, what do you want removed from Grand Theft Auto Online? So pretty simple question, and I'd love to extend that to you guys as well, so let me know what you would want removed from GTA Online in the comment section down below. For me, I just want all like the restrictions removed. I feel like Grand Theft Auto Online is this huge open world, but there's so many things that are either closed off or we don't have access to, or things we can't do with our characters, like various clothing outfits and things we have to glitch in order to make work or look a certain way. So probably just the restrictions on the characters and the world itself, making it more feel like an open world sandbox would be a lot more fun in my opinion. But let me know what you guys want removed from Grand Theft Auto Online in the comment section down below. I'm very interested to hear from you guys there. That's all the questions we're going to be answering in today's Q&A video though. Once again, if you want to get involved in the next one, all you have to do is go down in the description, follow me on Twitter, and use the hashtag AskBoss whenever I'm looking for Q&A questions. And like I said, you might find yourself featured in the next video. If you did go on to enjoy this one though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way guys, like I said, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.